Hey guys, Erik here. It's been a while since I've been on camera, and I'm outside because the machine's running and that loud air compressor is running. Hopefully those pesky birds aren't going to be too loud for you. But just wanted to show you a couple things I've been doing and let you know what I'll be doing this week. A couple sets of handles that I've been anodizing. First set, diamond pattern with just a random multicolored heat. I was just told to heat anodize it, and that's what I did. I put them all together though, so I put it together with the spacers, screws, and everything, and then I flamed it all at once, leaving the clip separate, but that way the handles and the spacers kind of got the same color. Turned out pretty cool. Spacers are a nice bronze. And then this beauty is a blue with sanded flats and spine, turned bronze. So they've turned out pretty cool. And then what I'll show you today is I want to take this bad boy. Hopefully you can see it there. This one we anodized it blue before we sent it to the tumbler. So it has blue in the edges there. And in the clip. So I'm going to take all that and put a nice bronze over top of everything. And then take the pivot screw here and just shine that up so it matches. And we'll be good to go. Okay, the machine's being a little quiet now, so a couple others I did. Just a good old-fashioned blue with sanded flats on the honeycomb, but I left the spines all blue. Did that for these three here. And then this one is a little special one. A little more polished spine, turned bronze. That one took a little bit more work. Don't know if I should be doing that too often, but it looked pretty cool. And yeah, I'll be showing you what's running on the mill in the next portion here. So this is what was running in the mill earlier. What we're doing is taking these, where are we here? Lock stops and chopping that pin off and then putting a hex in. And it's actually not a hex, it's a Torx. So it's a T9 Torx, perfect fit. And it's got some cool engravings on it. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Show you how we mount them up and everything. So John made these soft jaws to do the pivot pins, to modify those, and then he just drilled some holes in the top here and tapped them for these. He has more information on that for the techies out there. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is just chuck this little nub up into the drill here. Good enough. And it finds the hole, goes in, and Once it's tight enough, then the drill just slips off the little nubby because it's small enough. So that worked out perfectly and made it quite simple. There's a few of the lock stabilizers that have a really tiny nub, so I have to use something else to try to get those in. So yeah, I'm gonna load up another pallet or another run here, and we only have a couple more runs left, and then I'll get back to anodizing, which is fun. Okay, I just wanted to give you a little bit better look at what we have going here. The two X's, I assume, are ones that didn't tap right, so we just don't use them. But this is what we're looking at. John went full crazy and decided to engrave all these, which is awesome. If you can read them to find out what they say, good for you. And there's a stock one with the nub still on it, or not stock, but halfway machined, and then they turn into the other one. Now's the time that it gets really exciting. You know, we're starting to assemble knives and got a few anodized and ready. Well, as ready as we can make them at the moment. We still need to make thumb studs and cut the lock bars and drill detent holes and everything. But that is just a technicality. We can get that done soon. We'll be shipping soon, boys. So all the blades getting ready for final engraving, and then
Hey guys, so we're finally getting to the point where we're starting to put some of the knives together, and I'm having a lot of fun setting up the detent and just getting these things awesome. This one doesn't have a lockup yet, just the detent, but it's just perfect. So this one right here belongs to Vince. Vince, you know who you are. You've been waiting for this knife for an extremely long time, longer than anybody else. So I wanted to get this one done first. Number 46. You're gonna love it. You're gonna absolutely love it. So the colors on this one are stonewashed, honeycomb handles, blue base color, and then Erik disc sanded the flats so that they are completely crisp and flat, and then anodized that bronze. Scotch braided and polished the edges, anodized those bronze spacers. The clip is also blue with bronze edges, and all these little details just come together to form a nutso knife. Our pivot turned out awesome. Have I shown this yet? I don't think I've shown this yet. Anyway, I need to film something where I machine that, because I saved a couple so I can get it on film. But yeah, pretty cool. Engraving RWL 34, number 46. This is one of the shiny blades. Shows fingerprints. But yeah, just coming together fantastically well. Yeah. A couple other teasers for you. Set of plain silver handles. These are going to get Damascus blade. These are very similar to Vince's handles, except they're just silver on the flats. Blue edges, blue everything else. This one's pretty cool. This one's for Buddy. It's a diamond pattern, blue with the bronze edge treatment. And because of the accuracy and the precision with which we are machining this batch of knives, every single peak of the diamond pattern is exactly the same size, which is very handy because Erik was able to disc sand the top off just to skim every one and make them flat, and then anodize the tips bronze, which is a super subtle, super awesome feature. Yeah, with those bronze edges. Spacers are still silver. I think they'll go bronze too. The one main thing we haven't made yet is a new batch of thumb studs. That's the last batch work that I have to do, the last component that I have to make. Otherwise I've been making all this stuff: bearings, lockbar stabilizers, spacers, shortened alpha knife supply pivots, all kinds of good stuff. So yeah, things are going super great, guys. So right now I'm just setting up all the blades for engraving. See how shiny it is? So right now I'm probing every blade location so that every single engraving is exactly the same depth. Exactly the right depth. That's most important. Now it's going to tell me pull out the probe and it'll change to the other tool. Starting to get knives in organizing bins. I got one of these from the local store. So we've got them all numbered. It's 59, 60, 61, 62 in various stages of completion. Bunch more here. Erik's got a bunch more here. We've got our order list right there, trying to keep things steady. Piles and piles of handles, piles and piles of clips. It's cool seeing all these parts. More handles. These are going to be the blade show knives. Lots of inlays. And what I really want to go over is what I'm working on tonight. If you saw I think it was my most recent video before this one, about making CNC machined knife spacers. I'm doing a similar job right now for making the thumb studs. Now the thumb stud, this blue thing right here, lets you fire the blade out with your thumb instead of the flipper lever if you so choose. So I'm milling these from a sheet of titanium, and oh man, they look so freaking good. I nailed them. Not easy to machine on a mill. Now I know that this is a lathe part. It should be made on a lathe. But I wanted to see if I could do it on a mill, and because I have an awesome mill and I don't have an awesome lathe. And I had a few complaints on that last video saying, oh, you're wasting so much titanium. There's more titanium in the chips than there is in the part. Yeah, oh well. Who cares? I'm literally not wasting that much money, so it doesn't concern me. And they look fantastic. But in the future, either I'll get a lathe or I might farm them out, but it's kind of fun to make them myself. And hey, I get to do something cool. I like machining cool stuff. I think it's fun. So yeah, these were my testers, just to test out the code. There were a few things I had to change, but now I'm pretty happy with it. I made the two good ones and I can just open it up. It'll do 96 total from this little sheet. And in the future, if I keep doing it like this, I think I can do 160 or something if I had a sheet that was exactly this size. That'd be cool. So on the other hand, I've put a lot of setup and a lot of work into doing it on the mill like this. So it would kind of be a shame if I stopped doing it like this, because it's all set up now. It's easy from now on. It's been hard, really hard up until now, but now that I've got it set up, it's all easy. So the only downside is the wasted titanium that goes into the chips. But it's still cost effective for me to do it that way, surprisingly. So there we go. Anyway guys, that'll wrap up for this week's video, and we're having a blast. Knives are coming together. This is the last part that I have to machine for the whole batch, so I'm super duper stoked about that. All you guys waiting for inlaid knives, that's still got to happen, but we will get the knife set up with lockup detent, finished, shiny, sharp, and all that stuff, and then I'll just put the inlays in later. So there you go. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Bye.